All right, gents. I just finished a workout and I had a nice flat white at this cafe near me. And I feel good. I feel good. And I wanted to make this video about the importance of regular physical exercise. And I know that this is going to sound like a broken record to some of you guys. I'm not the only guy who makes self-improvement videos. However, from my personal experience, the impact it makes on just about everything in your life is truly remarkable. Just moving your goddamn body. Some of you guys, you're inactive. The blood ain't pumping properly. And that's why you feel lethargic, you feel tired, you feel depressed, anxious. You know, I like using examples to hit home. And the example I would compare inaction to physically is leaving a car sat in your garage for months and months. When you eventually come around to driving the car, it's going to have problems. Right, it is. The engine hasn't been on in so long. The fluids aren't flowing around the car. You know, every now and then a car needs a service, right? You need to drain the fluids and put new fluids in. And, you know, and if you leave a car sat for months and months, I mean, it's going to affect the performance of the car. And you're the same. If you're just sat there, and look, going to work and coming back home, that ain't enough. Don't give me that. I walk 5 minutes to work and 5 minutes back. That's not enough. You have to engage in high intensity exercise, gentlemen. And it ain't all about bodybuilding. Okay? Bodybuilding is an obsession for a lot of people. And I enjoy lifting weights. I absolutely do. But I want you guys to try and be functional athletes. You don't have to look like Cristiano Ronaldo or, you know, a top performing athlete out there. You don't have to look exactly the same. But I want you to have excellent cardiovascular health, as well as, of course, look good. Right? But have the two. You know, be able to lift weights and also be able to run. You know, some guys I know are jacked in the gym, but they can't run a mile to save their life. They gas out after the first 15 seconds. And I just don't see that as training correctly. You got to take care of everything. The internal components, not just your muscles. Everything has to be running correctly. And so many guys neglect cardio. They do. And I don't want this to be a video about specifically cardio. But man, when you run, you know, for half an hour or an hour, or even rowing. Recently I've been rowing like crazy, and man, when I first started rowing, it was destroying me. And I realized how unfit I was in regards to rowing. You know, specifically rowing. Because I mastered the Stairmaster. When I say I mastered it, it still fucking kills me, right? You know, other forms of cardio I'm somewhat competent at, but then rowing messed me up. And whenever something messes me up, it pisses me off, and I have to get good at it. So, you know, I started off barely being able to scrape 20 minutes on the rowing machine as hard as I can. And now 20 is calm for me. Of course, it's still tiring, but I told myself, man, I'm going to keep rowing until I get good at rowing. And then I'm going to increase the intensity, and I'm going to increase the time that I row. And man, you just feel phenomenal afterwards. You really do, man. Your eyes are open, the blood, you can feel it rushing through your neck. Guys, we have to ensure that we move our bodies and engage in high intensity cardio, even if it's for 10 minutes. I'm not telling you to train for a marathon. But get that blood flowing, man. It's so, so helpful. And you notice the impact it has on other areas of your life. I have some of my best and most productive business-related sessions and, you know, most productive work after cardio. I just feel so alert and alive, and my decisions are a lot clearer. I'm able to focus a lot more. It's powerful, man. It really is. Don't underestimate it. And look, you might be feeling right now like you've been in a rut for so long, and it's going to feel like an absolute impossible task to get back into the gym. But I'm not telling you to get back in and run for an hour. Just get back in, get your foot in the door. After about 3 or 4 sessions of going day to day, you're going to get back into the swing of things. And your sleep is going to be better, and you're going to notice the soreness feels good. You know, I mean, that's one of the most enjoyable things about going to the gym. It's the soreness after, because you know that is a result of work that you put in. That means the muscles are put under a lot of stress, they're torn apart, and they have to come back stronger. That is evidence that you are on track. It feels good, and then you get obsessed with that pain. And then you go back in and you push your boundaries even more. And it helps if you have someone, you know, that has maybe been going for a lot longer than you or is in better shape. Someone who's able to push you a little bit in the early stages, right? But ultimately, you want to be the kind of person that is self-driven. You don't want to have to be pushed to go to the gym every day. Right? I personally prefer working out alone, just putting my earphones in and off I go. I'm in the zone. But occasionally, if I need a spot, of course, I'll ask someone. But in the early stages, man, it definitely does help going with a buddy who's like, come on, man, let's fucking go, you know, and you both push each other. Man, it's great. But get back in the gym, man. So many guys today are unfit. You see them walking around, dragging their bodies. It's almost like they're dead, but they're alive. They're just dragging themselves. They look pale. Their eyes have no life in them. There's no spark anymore. You know, 40% body fat. Clothes look awful on them. They look unattractive. And look, I'm being mean right now. But I'm saying this to help you get back on track. It's not good enough. Look at yourself in the mirror right now. Do you have a pair of tits? Do you have 4 chins? Tell yourself this is unacceptable. Get a damn scale. Stand on it every week. Monitor yourself. It's so easy to let the standards drop and start going down a negative spiral. Some guys are gaining 3 kilos, 4 kilos a week, just eating garbage and hardly moving. I mean, it's a simple equation, guys. Calories in versus calories out. If you're eating more than you're burning, you're going to gain weight. You will. But start by not lying to yourself. That helps. You can't be living in denial. If you're fat, tell yourself, I'm fat. I'm fat and I'm unattractive right now, as a result of the neglect that has occurred. You're not unattractive because you're unattractive. No. You're unattractive, physically speaking, because you have allowed your standards to drop. You have stopped engaging in regular physical exercise, and you have started to just consume everything that you see in front of you. Calories cannot enter your mouth without your consent. Okay? You have the decision in your hands. Do I grab that Krispy Kreme glazed donut, or do I just leave it there? And sometimes the temptation is very high. And this is how it starts for a lot of guys, right? Maybe something will happen at work that will piss them off. They'll come back home, they're still angry. You know, maybe they'll jump into bed, roll around for a while, fall asleep for an hour, wake up confused, maybe confused and horny. Then they'll watch some porn, then they'll jack off. And then they'll see that donut on the coffee table and they'll think, I bought that yesterday. I really want to start the gym, but fuck it, I've had a bad day. And then they'll just eat the donut and they'll give themselves permission because they've had a bad day. And then the next day they'll wake up, maybe they've overslept and just it's a bad day. And then they'll just allow themselves again because they've had a bad day. And then it's a spiral that continues. You got to be hard on yourself and you got to say, no, fuck this shit. I'm a soft fucking teddy, man. Look at me. That's because of my lack of effort. It's because of my neglect. This cannot continue anymore. Going forward, I will make sure that I am disciplined It doesn't mean you can never have the food that you want. See, I'm against this whole conversation of cheat day, etc., right? Nothing really is cheat. I mean, there are foods that are of a lesser quality than others. And by the way, on the conversation of cheat days, I don't have a cheat day because I don't see any point in having 4 or 5 terrible meals. But I will have a cheat meal, and there's no specific day for it. I'll just make up the next day. So for example, the other week I had a whole tub of Ben-Hariz chocolate brownie ice cream, a whole tub. I think it was 1,300 calories. I went crazy with that shit. I started guzzling it down. Done. I felt a crazy sugar rush after. But then, I went to sleep. It was late at night. And the next day I burned, I think it was about 800 calories doing a cardio session. It is what it is. Just make it up the next day. Burn it off. But don't feel like you can't have these things. No, you can. Well, look, the point of the video is this, fellas. Physical exercise is crucial. It all starts with health. The moment your health goes, man, everything else doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Prioritize it. Don't tell yourself, when I get the money, then I'll start taking care of my health. Then I'll get this done. Then I'll go to Turkey and get that done. Then I'll do an operation to reduce my weight. No. Now. You don't have to be a fat bastard. You don't have to be. Stop yourself now before you do more damage. Get moving, even if it's walking for an hour for the time being. But there shouldn't be any reason why you're not in the gym, gents. It's $20. Come on, man, $20. And the reason why I say go to the gym instead of working out in a park or something is because it puts you in that environment where you see other people training. And if you see someone else lose weight over a period of 4 weeks and everything, then you know it's possible. And you're like, man, this guy smashed it. When I first signed up a month ago, he looked a lot bigger than he is now. Now he's lost a lot of weight. That's amazing. And it just inspires you. It's an environment that uplifts you, where you see other people engaging in physical self-improvement. Of course, if you have a buddy who wants to go for a run with you, then go for a run with him, right? But get yourself in the gym. Get the blood pumping. Don't just do bodybuilding. Get your cardiovascular system engaged. Believe me, the rush of blood around your body will make you feel incredible. All right? Thanks for watching, gents. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a like, comment, let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.